Hi. I'm Bobby. I am a robot cat. This video will be quite a lot different than my typical format, as I shall not be showing much visual context on the topic. However, it is important to give you all a proper trigger warning before we begin. Across our small community, and sub-communities, things can get quite dodgy. And while unacceptable, it is not necessarily uncommon to see a bit of doxing, petty insults, and the dangerous practice of real-life revenge. And in these communities we have seen no shortage of swatting, children's services calls. And quite frankly, it all needs to stop. Yet, in recent weeks things have escalated yet again. It has taken me some time to address any of this. Many of you know I posted I planned to discuss this very thing rather recently. And since that proclamation, there have been many moving parts to the situation. I will link videos below who have also addressed this in depth. Moving on. In the midst of the swine's full force return to unstoppable harassment of community members, Marissa, or not another housewife, has spoken out boldly against their antics, causing the enemies to engage in endless bouts of live stream versus community tab war. Never mind, I have spoken on Marissa's husband Dean in the past, however, as he has been part of their whataboutisms again about Marissa, I feel it is quite important to say I do not agree with and do not condone Dean. Again, he is not the topic, and, as a side effect of this fighting, a fucking idiot named Ray Browning began to pop up in various chats, begging to go on panels, with no regard to what side he was even on. Never mind. And, as the feud between Roadhog, Marissa and Tyra escalated, Ray Browning took to his channel to have a go at their family. Her own young son was mocked and disability shame. Ray Browning, you, sir, are a bloody buffoon. And I am unsure how you have managed to escape Darwin's theory for this long. Never mind. Now, as if this was not bad enough, as the crossfire became most unavoidable, Roadhog set his sights on Steph TXMA. This bold move has attracted such brilliant members of society, and I am unsure if any of them flocked to the hog pen for the sake of asylum, or if they are all similarly feathered. Never mind. Tyra of course engaged in much of this. Not unusual. And, Tyra is certainly no saint or holy being, yet, what has happened is absolute fucking bollocks. As we all know, when the swines and bovines of the swamp of despair enter any given situation, there will most definitely be a fucking problem. On 4th of August, Roadhog took to his channel. In a video titled, Tyra Nicole, what are ya gonna do about it brother? This rotund asshat posts an image of her 11-year-old son. Asleep. Yes, she did share it first. And, as a father who has privately shared images of my own daughter and suffered such a reshare of my personal information, he had absolutely no right to do this, but, you may be startled to know, he absolutely did, and with it, he and his chat proceed to accuse the woman of being sexually inappropriate. Let us have a listen. Obviously the lad is completely blurred.
I mean, I'm just being real. How hard is it to shut up? But I would say that him sleeping in the same bedroom as his mother and the same possible air mattress as his mother, and these are all opinions, these are facts, I don't know. But I will say this, that's not healthy for a young man. That is not healthy. Especially with her having all that drug paraphernalia stuff hanging up around. That's not healthy for this child. And why you put him on YouTube like this, and I'm up here showing it, yes, but guess what? I'm not the one that put it on YouTube. You said, and I quote, I'm not going to talk about my personal life. I'm not going to show my personal life. There is your son in your era bed. You just said that, 3 weeks ago? You wrong. You keep continuously canceling
this gets
yourself
worse. So I should like to repeat my trigger warning. I do believe much of this escalation followed what Chicago 773 did to Jenny Leigh There is a video on this topic I shall link below. Never mind. Well, not long after Tyra's son was shared in a swine stream, an account claiming to belong to the adult daughter of Jenny posted a comment on a negative video, claiming that she did not care for her, or her sister. Tyra immediately took to her platform to share this information, and, unfortunately I do believe this set what happens next into full force. The back and forth continues. And then, along rolls Sarah Jean. Now, I have defended Sarah many times against the ramblings of the likes of Coley, otherwise known as seen by a subscriber. Never mind. I shall not be recapping all of the dynamics between Sarah and Tyra. Sarah does not like Tyra. And Tyra does not care for Sarah. It is quite simple really, but, just days ago Sarah Jean and another creator named Jackie Sunshine decided it a brilliant fucking idea to dig through an old channel. On that channel are videos of a then 6-year-old lad. And that is absolutely all of the details I shall give, in this stream. The bear, with much glee, shared the child seemingly inappropriately playing with some sort of stuffed monkey. At a point, Roadhog calls into this stream, where he is met with the embarrassment and fainting excitement of the arrival of their daddy hog. Apparently, wow. Of course, I do believe the swine committee for the desperate and depraved felt this was their moment, that this would result in rumblings of anger toward Tyra. But, the entire problem is, the exact opposite has happened. Creators and subscribers across sub-communities created a call to arms, with near 20 YouTubers speaking out at the time of creating this video. Quite a lot for such a humble sector of the platform. Never mind, everyone on the practical side of this kerfuffle seemed to agree, there was absolutely no reason to share this boy. If the video were truly considered inappropriate, the proper course of action would be to report the issue. And, on the other side of this, heels are firmly planted in the ground. And, America's least favorite out-of-commission truck driver and his harem of hysterical hogs have paneled up daily, if not multiple times per day, completely basking in the glory of their discovery. As you can imagine, this has become a proper fucking pigsty. I am not here to detail each side effect of this, and I highly encourage all to view all videos, on all sides. And each creator will be fairly linked below as long as they have not posted content I feel was too far. Never mind. I am here to stand in solidarity with a young man whose quite natural explorations may very well haunt him for the rest of his days. Have any of you lot considered that bit? I am unsure how much common sense one needs to come to the conclusion that this could haunt the lad for his entire future. My God, as I have attempted to follow the escalation of dramas across many smaller areas of YouTube, I've observed behaviors that cross lines from each and every creator. Quite literally all of you. And, that would include myself, and like myself, I have noticed many creators moving away from first-hand involvement in these community dramas, only to be drawn directly back in. Whilst others have never left, but, all of our involvement in varying degrees of petty drama can be set aside, when a boundary of this magnitude is crossed, and that bit of this terrible situation has been wonderful to see, and as a community, I am chuffed to see many of you coexisting over the right thing. This is not the first time a line with children among all of us has been crossed. And as long as we continue to choose where the line is drawn based on whom it is, it will never be the last. It simply will not. The rule should simply be that if it involves anyone's real-life family, do not fucking do it. None of us should need to be privy to anyone else beyond this internet rubbish. Perhaps we can all do better. I shall return soon with a part 2. As it is not only children who fall victim in this absolute chaos. The disabled and medically fragile, of all ages are popular targets. I shall be back with more. Cheers.